Echoes of the Cursed Trail 3. Reckoning. The desert trembled again, soft, brief, almost polite. Sarah Lane steadied her mug before it rattled from the counter. The tremor faded, leaving only silence and the faint hum of the refrigerator. The news called them microquakes. But Sarah knew better. These tremors weren't tectonic. They were familiar. She looked out across the pale New Mexico desert. The way it always looked before the trail woke up. A knock came at the door. Two young travelers stood outside, dusty, exhausted, frightened. "You're Sarah Lane?" the woman asked, clutching a folded map. The man pulled a notebook from his backpack. "We tracked the tremors. They all lead to the same place. We heard you survived something out there." Sarah studied the seismograph readings. The tremors formed a pattern. A pulse. "Where?" she asked quietly. The woman opened the map. A red mark circled an old trade route outside Las Cruces. Sarah grabbed her jacket. "Let's go." They drove deep into the desert as the tremors grew steadier. "They feel different around you," the woman Lila said nervously. Sarah stared ahead. "Because they're trying to communicate." David frowned. "Communicate what?" Before she answered, they arrived. The desert looked ordinary, but the air shimmered strangely. Colors felt too bright. Shadows stretched too far. Sarah knelt and pressed her hand against the sand. Warmth pulsed beneath it. A heartbeat. "When this first happened," she murmured, "I thought the land wanted to swallow us. Now I think it was trying to warn us." A tremor rolled through the earth. Then something moved at the ridge. A fox-sized creature stepped into view, thin-limbed, shimmering, Then something moved. A tremor rolled. When a heart, warmth, Sarah, colors felt too. The desert. David frowned. Sarah, they drove deep into the desert as the tremors grew steadier. "They feel different around you," the woman Lila said nervously. Sarah stared ahead. "Because they're trying to communicate." David frowned. "Communicate what?" Before she answered, they arrived. The desert looked ordinary, but the air shimmered strangely. Colors felt too bright. Shadows stretched too far. Sarah knelt and pressed her hand against the sand. Warmth pulsed beneath it. A heartbeat. "When this first happened," she murmured, "I thought the land wanted to swallow us. Now I think it was trying to warn us." A tremor rolled through the earth. Then something moved at the ridge. A fox-sized creature stepped into view, thin-limbed, shimmering, somehow, like something half-remembered from a dream. It bowed to Sarah. "You've seen that before?" David whispered. "I thought I had." The creature vanished behind the rocks. The tremors guided them deeper into the desert until the horizon blurred and a hidden ravine appeared beneath the shimmer. Its walls were carved with spirals, serpents, and kneeling figures that pulsed faintly with each tremor. Sarah touched one. Visions flashed through her mind: explorers, miners, children carrying strange dolls. "High past," she whispered. "Your future." At the ravine's center stood a half-buried stone archway vibrating softly. "The trail remembers," Sarah said. Then reality shifted. The ravine deepened into an underground cavern vast as a buried cathedral. Black pools reflected moving shapes. Bioluminescent moss glowed along the stone. Whispers drifted through the dark. Then a figure emerged. Robed in stone and dust. Amber eyes glowing beneath a weathered mask. The Watcher. Not hostile. Waiting. The cavern trembled softly around it. "It's asking," Sarah whispered. "Not demanding." Behind the Watcher, a glowing path opened into a stone forest filled with petrified trees and pale creatures watching silently from the shadows. The tremors changed again. Fear tremors. "It's afraid," Sarah said. "Of what?" Lila asked. "Waking up." The Watcher extended its hand. Sarah hesitated only a moment before placing her palm against its glowing stone. Light pulsed through the cavern. The creatures bowed. The whispers quieted. The tremors slowed. "The land isn't angry," Sarah whispered. "It's afraid." A gentle tremor brushed beneath her feet like a farewell. Light surrounded her. "Go," she told Lila and David softly. Then she stepped forward into the glow. And vanished. Lila and David climbed out of the ravine at dawn. The desert looked normal again. The tremors had stopped. Lila checked the map. The red convergence marks were gone. Except for one faint golden line moving slowly along the old trails. "Is that her?" David whispered. A warm wind swept past them. Somewhere beneath the earth, something shifted softly. Not a warning. A heartbeat. Silence settled over the desert. Then, Sarah gasped awake in bed. Moonlight filled her room. Her books sat neatly stacked. Her jacket hung over the chair. Home. Safe. She pressed a hand to her forehead. "A dream," she whispered, but she could still taste dust. Still feel cold stone beneath her hands. The house was silent as she walked to the window and pulled back the curtain. The desert stretched pale beneath the moonlight. Then she saw it. A faint golden shimmer drifting across the sand like a trail being drawn in real time. Her heartbeat quickened. A soft tremor brushed beneath her feet. "Go." "Certain." "I hear you," Sarah whispered. For the briefest moment, her reflection shifted as though something stood behind her. Watching. Waiting. The tremor faded. But the golden trail lingered on the horizon like a promise. Or a summons. Think.